Update 1: My wife's insane behavior and how it changed us. Update: our first marriage counseling session. Not sure how to link my first post with this one, but here goes. The therapist seemed nice and experienced. She appeared unbiased and actually eager to help. Even though it was our very first session, my wife took it as an opportunity to lay it all out, it seems. She confessed that this group of friends made her wonder if she had missed her chance because she was committed to her first boyfriend and had no other experiences, that she never had the same adventures some of these supposedly amazing women had. Remember, some of whom are divorced but none are married. The therapist pointed out that this can be and often is detrimental to a marriage due to the difference in mindset. My wife seemed to agree, then added that after the new manager started approaching her, some of these friends encouraged her to see where it goes, that this was a chance for her to explore or discover herself. She obviously felt guilty, so she says. So she never did anything physical until one of the divorced ones suggested an open marriage as a loophole and told her that some couples come out stronger because of it. So after, regrettably, again so she says, convincing me to open up the marriage, her so-called adventure began. It was intoxicating and blinding but lacked real substance, not like the kind we built over the years, and she started to question her reasons for doing this. She said she could see the hurt in my eyes but told herself this was an adventure. She said she'll never forgive herself for this. She chanced to have an amazing experience, so the gravity of it all never it until she noticed a change in me. At first she assumed because I went on dates I would gradually accept her situation and be okay with it, but that all changed when my lover became a constant appearance in my adventure. Apparently I started to smile again for no reason, and my eyes would light up when I would get a text message or when I cheerfully left the room to answer a call. She said she suddenly felt a pit in her stomach and started to get mini panic attacks for no reason. She went to her friends for advice again, but they said it was a normal reaction for me to have during the adventure. But when the same divorced one who suggested this in the first place said, "It looks like his lover makes him happy," is when the reality of it all finally dawned on her, and the very real possibility that another woman and not his wife gave him joy almost made her pass out. She realized how ridiculous this all was and begged them to help her win me back, but they just told her if she couldn't deal with it, why did she open her marriage in the first place? She knew then and there that these people were toxic and a threat to our marriage and the life we built, hence she's been on a mission to win me back by any means necessary. I, on the other hand, didn't share much, but I did let the counselor know about the situation on my side with my lover, still in the picture, to which the counselor said no resolution could ever be reached with my lover still in the picture, and suggested we book another appointment after tomorrow. The counselor did say it was unusual for someone to stay with their first this long and gave the impression that any storm can be weathered. I highly suspect she wants us to be one of her success stories. Sorry that it's long, but I figured I might as well give a full update. Relevant comments. Well, like I said, my lover makes me feel like a man. What mean is, when I've had a hard day, I am not greeted by cold indifference but by a warm hug and a listening ear. When my insecurities play up, she encourages me that nothing is beyond my reach. More than anything, this may sound sexist, so apologizes. She gives me the space to be the man in the relationship. What I mean is, my lover is of the belief that women were meant to do the things men can't do. Again, I think this has something to do with her culture. 1. She believes men aren't as nurturing or compassionate as women, thus, in her view, gentle heart can calm a raging volcano. A Korean proverb or saying or something. 2. She believes that she should rule the bedroom and make it exciting but never belittle me or encroach in my space in other areas. 3. She believes men have far fewer needs than women, so once these are met, the man would basically slay the dragon for the woman. Now, I must add, she does believe in equal pay and mutual respect, but not the extremes that people seem to go to these days. Like I said, it may come off as sexist, but I think that's largely to do with her culture. Other commenters reply, "Okay, OP, time for a slap. Bear with me. Like I said, my lover makes me feel like a man. I assume you are in the West. In the West, there is a very, very small percentage of women who will happily do this for you. I managed to find one after years of dealing with the other kind, so I know what I'm talking about. You're talking about like 1% of highly in-demand women, and you've managed to land one. Now, let's talk about your wife for a second. She was a woman who had everything she wanted in life, but ultimately, she let an outsider tell her, here's all the reasons you should put the person who is passionate about you, your one and only, on the shelf, and open all your holes for a guy who couldn't give a shit about you, but definitely wants to fuck. Sounds like what you're doing with your wife and lover right now. Are you determined to be like your wife? Will you take a girl who has eyes only for you and let her hang out to dry because you've got some idea in your imagination who your wife used to be in your history, and will dump loving girl for someone who is married to you to check the got married box between affairs? If you are determined to be like your wife, then by all means stay with her. Here's the warning. Your wife only wants you now because you look like a catch because another girl wants to steal you. That won't last. After your drop Korea girl, you'll be back to square one. And when that happens, you'll have lost both your wife and Korea girl, because a woman who makes a man feel like a man is in high demand, and then you'll be back on here in a year posting all wish shit.